How are you? Good to see you. How are you, Chairman?
It's fine.
How are you? It's good to see you.
Great. No problem. The man was a very long way here. Somebody is using
in providing patriot leadership.
I am pleased to welcome you all to this emergency meeting. I thank you immensely for coming despite the very short notice. As you are aware, our regular meetings hold quarterly, and the last one took place on Monday, 6 September 2021. At that meeting, we discussed the commencement of a continuous voter registration exercise extensively. We also revealed and demonstrated to you the new equipment, the biometric voter accreditation system, the PVCs, which we have introduced to replace some of our older election technologies. In addition, we updated you on preparations for the Anambra governorship election, which will hold as scheduled on 6 November 2021. This emergency meeting has become necessary in order to brief you on our continuing preparations for the election and to discuss recent developments in the state, beginning with the registration of voters and compilation of the voters' register. You may recall that before the end of the first quarter of the continuous voter registration nationwide, we devolved the exercise to the wards or registration areas in Anambra State. The end of the registration was followed by the cleanup of the data to remove the names of ineligible persons before the printing of the permanent voters' cards, the PVCs. In Anambra State, a total of 138,802 citizens completed the registration, including applications for transfer and requests for replacement of lost, damaged, or defaced PVCs as required by law. However, in the process of cleaning up the registration data, we discovered that many previously registered persons actually re-registered afresh. As a testimony to the effectiveness of our new system for checking double and multiple registrations, the Commission found out that some 62,698 persons who are already registered as voters in Anambra State went ahead to register again. These double or multiple registrants are invalid by law. We have archived these registrations and will not print new PVCs for them. Their old PVCs remain valid, and they can use them to vote in the polling units where they registered and probably voted in previous elections. The same cleaning up exercise is going on nationwide, and as soon as it is over, the Commission will provide further details to Nigerians on the situation in other states of the Federation and action to be taken on the matter. Let me remind all Nigerians to the fact that the law prohibits double registration. The Commission appreciates the fact that the deployment of technology, including the online pre-registration, has simplified the process and made voter registration in Nigeria easier. However, the same technology has also made it easier for us to detect multiple registrations. Consequently, the number of valid registrants in Anambra State at the end of the first quarter of the severe exercise on 5th September 2021 is 77,475. This figure has been added to the existing register of 2,447,996 eligible voters used for the 2019 general election. Accordingly, the number of registered voters in Anambra State now stands at 2,525,471. We shall provide a detailed breakdown of the figure for public information in the days ahead. I'm glad to report that we have already completed 10 out of 14 activities in our timetable and schedule of activities for the governorship election. Only yesterday, we published the final list of candidates in our state and local government offices in Anambra State and simultaneously uploaded the same information to our website and social media platforms. Furthermore, all the 18 political parties participating in the election were issued a soft copy of updated register of voters at a meeting held in our state office in Oka. We are presently working on the printing of the PVCs. We shall use the various channels, including emails and text messages, to contact the new voters to collect their PVCs. And this will be done before the election. So I wish to assure every new registrant in Anambra State that their PVCs will be available for collection before the election scheduled for the 6th of November 2021. We have almost completed the recruitment of ad hoc staff for the election. In all, about 26,000 election duty staff are required. Although there are still some minor shortfalls, we believe that we will complete the recruitment in time for the training of the ad hoc staff scheduled to commence on the 19th of October 2021. The training of other categories of staff, such as the electoral officers, the assistant electoral officers, have all been completed, while the training of supervisory presiding officers will commence soon. Turning to voter accreditation, I wish to assure you that the Commission is committed to deploying the biometric voter accreditation system for electronic fingerprint and facial accreditation of voters in the Anambra governorship election. The pilot deployment of the system in the Isoko South 1 state constituency by-election in Delta State held last month was very encouraging. For example, successful full biometric accreditation was 32.8% in the same constituency in the 2019 general election. However, using the PVCs in the same constituency during the recent by-election, successful accreditation sharply rose to 97.4%. The Commission will continue to deploy appropriate technology to improve our electoral process. Let me once again reiterate the position of the Commission that going forward, nobody will be allowed to vote in any election without successful biometric accreditation. So the era of incident form is gone for good. You'll recall that in May this year, our state office in Oka was attacked, and the main building, collection center, and store were either completely or partially damaged. Also damaged in the attacks were 60% of non-sensitive materials for the election, including 326 generating sets and several Hilux vehicles which were assembled for the election in Oka. I am glad to report that we are fully recovered from that attack. The buildings have been completely reconstructed and renovated in readiness for the election. All non-sensitive materials have either been procured afresh or sourced from neighboring states and our zonal stores. We are working assiduously with security agencies to ensure that such an attack does not happen again. However, security remains a major challenge to our preparations. For the political parties, the heinous attacks have truncated campaigns, making voter mobilization and sensitization impossible. Consequently, Anambra State is not in the usual election mood. It is in the light of the security situation in the state that the Commission held an emergency meeting with the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security last Tuesday. The meeting was frank and productive. We are assured of the determination of the security agencies to protect voters, election staff, election observers, the media, transport providers, and candidates during the election. Already, the security around INEC facilities in the state has been ramped up. We are also confident that the highlighted or the heightened deployment of security officials, which is expected in the coming weeks, will further give citizens the confidence to turn up and vote on election day. We shall continue to work with the security agencies to ensure that the election is successful and violence-free. I wish to appeal to all political parties and candidates not to exacerbate the feeling of insecurity in Anambra State through unguarded utterances and actions. This could compound the security situation and make the work of the Commission, political parties, and security agencies even more difficult. It may also lead to voter apathy. This moment calls for statesmanship and maturity, hence the decision to convene this emergency meeting. We are confident that the outcome of this engagement will be productive and helpful to the Commission and political parties as we continue to prepare for the Anambra governorship election on Saturday, 6 November 2021. Party leaders, I thank you very much and God bless you.
Auto drive by unpatriotic forces bent on destroying the polity and the country. I told myself that there is an urgent need for us to meet, especially with core partner, the Commission, and other adjunct stakeholders. We, the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, began extensive consultations with our candidates and members across the country, especially Anambra State. We initially underestimated the havoc inflicted on Anambra people and the polity until we dispatched a fact-finding team led by IPAC chairman in the state and his ESCO with other national officers. The report we got was heartbreaking. Still pictures of beheaded Anambra people, fractured bones of innocent Anambra people littered many parts of the state. Fear-stricken Anambarians hid themselves wherever safe they could find themselves. When combined with sordid images spread viral through major social media platforms, it became very clear that these forces that demonically arrogated themselves being addressed as unknown gunmen were bent of reenacting the 1980 Colombian-like carnage in Anambra. This shook the whole world and left everyone speechless and horrified. Convening this meeting in response to happenings in Anambra is not only strategic, but it is a well-thought-out intervention to seek out a more creative, humane, and result-oriented means to address a hide-headed, anarchical side brush that needs to be tamed urgently and immediately to allow the good people of Anambra State to express their political will and elect a candidate of their choice as the next governor of the state. The Inter-Party Advisory Council is resolved that it will support, sponsor, promote, and partner with the Commission, as it has always done, to conduct free, fair, credible, inclusive, and high safety-laden polls. And we are committed that this is not negotiable. Cowering Anambra people not to come out to vote is same as frightening all Nigerians to hide their tails in between their legs and decline to vote, thereby worsening the unhealthy high voter apathy we all have been trying to manage. We note, and with greater responsibility, take full cognizance of the timeline already scheduled by the Commission and endorsed by endorsed by all stakeholders on conduct of the Anambra gubernatorial polls on November 6th, 2021, and will do everything to ensure that the polls holds without any let or hindrance. And to the extent that the federal government mobilizes men, its agencies, and its might to reclaim ungoverned spaces and restore law and order in that state, and decapitate these ubiquitous unknown gunmen. It is remarkable that it be restated that these inimical distractions are perpetrated by non-state actors and criminal elements, and not specifically political party candidates or its members. In this regard, we have directed some parties which will receive reports on to do a deep dive and profile their members in Anambra State and some states in the southeast, with a view for them to keep their houses in order. We acknowledge the challenges that the Commission has faced in its efforts to go ahead with the continuous voters registration exercise in Anambra State and other bottlenecks. We, however, encourage the Commission to soldier on and not to be deterred, but to go ahead using all the new technology recently introduced in its conduct of the Anambra gubernatorial polls. With the deployment of security, as witnessed this morning in Anambra, because we've just gotten reports that security people are everywhere in Anambra now, we are happy and elated that some level of numbness will come in Anambra State and to boost the confidence of the people in that state for this election to hold. Let us reiterate at this moment that this is a collective job, collective activity by every one of us. It is not only the job of INEC, it is not only the job of political parties, it's not also only the job of members of the political party, but the media has a significant role to play in this particular effort. We do note that Anambra is very strategic for so many reasons. Anambra is a major corridor to the southeast. Anambra is a heaven of both local and international trade. If Anambra's election is gotten right, election in the southeast will be okay. And also, that will also impact on the elections, especially that of Osun and Ekiti. We do commend INEC as we go on in this particular collective effort, but we encourage them that despite the challenges they are facing, and also the uncooperative attitude of the National Assembly, especially regarding the transmission of electoral results, we do say with all emphasis and with all sense of responsibility that INEC should go ahead and with the support of INEC, with the support of all political parties, the transmission of election results is something we all welcome with. With this, we are very confident that the election will hold, and we all encourage every Nigerians for us to have a good election in Anambra. May God bless Nigeria, may God bless INEC, and also bless Anambra people. Thank you very much.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.